Hello teachers, I'm Xiaohang and my partner is Arvinesh. Because of some home emergency, we are unable to record together, so we are in different backgrounds. And today we are going to talk about belts and pulley. And first things of the day, I'm going to share with you that belts and pulley look like this. These are belts. They are very similar to the one we see in our father's closet, but has some differences compared to the one we wear. First, let us look at the yellow one on the top. There are a lot of bumps on the inside surface. These bumps have the duty to match with the pulleys that transmit power. Now we look at the red one on the bottom. We then realize that there is a valley in the center of the inside surface. This valley allows pulley to fit in order to transmit power. And belts are usually cortical because cortex can hold longer time in hot conditions, which may when belts and pulley generate. As the illustration in the slide, these are pulleys. There are two kinds of pulleys that can be seen in real life. Teaming pulley, the one with teeth, and idle pulley, the one without teeth. Both two types of pulley have their own way to transmit power. The idle pulley, the one on the left, uses the convex part to fit the valley of the red belts shown in the previous slide. On the other hand, the teaming pulley uses the teeth to match the bumps on the yellow belt, which showed in the previous slide. Now I'm going to talk about the purpose of belts and pulley. First, very obviously, they are used to transmit power from one end to another. As you can see in the GIF on the right side of the slide, the motor generates the smaller pulley, which then the power transmits to the bigger one. And then we look closer, we might find the other purpose. Have you found out that the bigger pulley rotates faster than the small one? Yes, that's the second purpose, to magnify or minimize the power. Take the gift picture on the right as an example. Let's say if the bigger pulley is 3 times larger than the smaller one, then the power it gives out from the larger pulley is 3 times bigger than the power given out by the smaller pulley. Isn't that amazing? Now let's take a more viewable picture to talk about parts of belts and pulley. This picture shows us a typical belt and pulley generation. As we can see, there are 2 pulleys, a small one and a bigger one. The smaller one connects to the motor, which pretends as a power generator in this generation. The bigger pulley connects to rope winch, which is our goal to transmit power to rotate that. The thing that links 2 parts is the belt. It plays a very important role in the generation. It transmits power that produced in the motor to the rope winch. As I use my magic to this picture, it moves. It becomes a very viewable illustration of a typical belt and pulley generation motion. This GIF, we can see the motor powers the smaller pulley moves clockwise. Then it turns the belt, which moves the bigger pulley as it rotates. However, the bigger pulley turns around and around. The rope will be released, it turns the rope winch, which the rope will release. On the other hand, if we make the motor turn anti-clockwise, then the rope will be taken back. Now I'm going to pass to my friend Arvinesh. who will discover the applications with you. Sadly, my friend Arvinis felt really sick, so I'm just going to take over his part. Look at the picture on the left. Isn't that familiar? It presents in every motor cars and transports. It's an engine. It uses 4 pulleys in different places in order to generate different things. And all those need is only one power motor. One generate 4. How clever is that? On the right, we can see a lifting hook that's set on the side of the port. When some fishermen came from the center of the ocean with huge fish, they will use this. This hook uses the difference of the pulley to magnify the power in order to lift the huge fish. In this slide, on the left, we can see something that people barely use today, a well where people get water from underground. And soon we found that it also uses a pulley as a rope instead of belts. People use these in order to give an extension to our arm, and the person himself who takes the water is the motor. How brilliant is the people in the past? On the right, we can see a motor crane. This took 2 hooks. And by looking at the arm, we can tell that it's super strong. It also uses belts and pulley to generate the power from the base of the truck, which is on the ground, to the top of the arm, which might be 60 meters above the ground. So after discovering these things about belts and pulley, we are confident to say that it is an amazing invention. It brings us conveniences and makes our life easier. It reduces manpower and make work easier to man since we won't have to use so much strength. Thank you, those engineers who invent belts and pulley. I think we've come to the end of the presentation, and I hope you will. Teachers, if you have any comments or feedbacks, please let us know. We are more than happy to make improvements. Thank you very much. Once again, I'm Xiaohang, and my partner is Arvinesh.